my
You know,
tattoo.
is bliss different from joy and happiness?
I think bliss is like a super duper happiness and joy together. It's
Okay.
like,
That's the ultimate. That's the
ta-da!
ultimate.
It's the ultimate happiness, bliss.
Okay.
It's like an
Well,
explosion of happiness.
okay, so um, in terms of bringing this concept of gentle teaching, addressing the issues of society, we want a more peaceful and convivencia, etc. Uh, how can we promote this and I want you to give your how you can be contacted and people that be interested in hearing more about this and getting more in depth on it and participating, etc. So what you've been using it more for yourself and on a day to day, and you're giving some seminars on it, but it sounds like you're kind of like seminars preaching to the choir. I mean, it's at the conferences where everybody there already knows, and you're just helping.
Kind
So
of.
just the
Kind of.
it's one of the things that's difficult in life is how you promote something that's good.
Jorge, but there are so many things that people can do without even knowing about gentle teaching or
Sure.
taking any
Oh, no,
training or
sure,
any
sure.
meeting with me. And one of them is not using bad words.
Okay, go ahead.
Not using bad words. This promotes peace. This helps any and every environment. Even if you're using it as an adjective, don't use bad words.
Tell them that you gave an experience where recently, we won't name the company, but you went to as a prevention a medical insurance company, and
Oh, yeah.
the person who treated you, not treated you,
Yeah.
you didn't want to be treated, who took advantage.
Information. They were taking
tell us
information about
the
my
story.
health, and they were writing this information about my health. And then she finishes taking all the basic information, health information, and she says, "Are you depressed?" And I was like, "No." "Are you sad?" "No." I was like, "I think on the contrary, I'm here on the basis of prevention of health situations. I'm here to stay happy and to stay healthy. But it's curious that you're asking me if I'm depressed and I'm not a psychiatrist. And you're asking me if I'm sad, and I don't think I've given you any signals that I'm sad." And she says, "Well, we have to make sure that people are not depressed or sad." And I said, "Okay, but if you start like that, instead of how are you feeling, or have you felt sad? Has something happened to you lately that make you feel sad? Or happy? Why start with the sadness?"
You look like a very happy person. I'm glad to meet you.
Uh-huh. Well, I think many people that are sad these days try to hide it because of social media, or they don't want people to know because they're ashamed, or it happens. It happens. People are sad and they don't share it. So they want to make sure that everybody's not happy, but everybody is on a good emotional level, or whatever you want to call it, but emotional state. But I don't think asking if you're depressed or sad is a good way to start that conversation.
Right. So in terms of, we had the Proyecto Rotario Pro Paz and it's such a huge, project and all, and there's, the tools and there's the roots of et cetera. So
I think we can. I think somehow we can just gentle teaching in there. Somehow we can add it in there if possible.
Hearing the Secretary of Education last night, a radio program, and how we opening up the schools to
New
different
ideas.
concepts and ideas, and I'm sure they're kind of bombarded now with, everybody
Needing help.
Everybody's trying to have the silver bullet that's going to take care of the
Mm-hmm.
problem of adolescents, not being not living well the way they should be and not feeling well. So we'll have to give it some thought. But I mentioned before, and maybe before we forget, is and that you had given this presentation, or you brought somebody to give a presentation on writing a book and the process. I think it just sort of described this one in the sense, your mentor died and you wanted to get some ideas from different people. But then you have this 365 positive thoughts. What's the third book?
The third book I wrote with Antonio Colorado, my cousin, is Las Tres Cs.
Las Tres?
Quiero amor. La quiero amor. I want love. The 7 C's. Las 7 C's. Compromiso.
The C's, okay.
The 7 C's. So every word starts with a C. That was the third book I wrote.
That was with Tito?
No, with my cousin, his son.
Oh, his son, okay.
Antonio. Antonio Colorado the third.
Okay. See, I bet
he's a psychologist also. He's a psychologist also. So this 365 was the first book, but I first wrote it in Spanish and then translated it with Arturo Morales and Zoom Ideal, which is the company that Arturo comes from. Zoom Ideal helped me put this book, which I wrote in Spanish, put it in English, and with a totally different presentation.
Okay.
And then they also helped me with the general teaching book.
The book, as I said, I've been using it, but the definition of the seva and that is the growth, and this should remind us of how we can offer home or conditional love to many when we are deeply rooted with our values and purpose in life. With time and lessons learned in life, the thorns fall off, and we can connect and share our love more genuinely with ourselves and others. That's close to my epitaph. That's very close to my definition of happiness, living your personal values, a sense of satisfaction and peace. And so I like that one.
I'm glad you did.
Then at the end, at the bottom, you have yourself kind of walking
on clouds.
Yes,
I love it.
Then it says, accept the challenge to bring the joy you deserve every day. This book offers you the opportunity to play while you live. The author keeps you refreshed and motivated with positive ways of looking at life. We are all experts when it comes to dealing with the unexpected. This is a very useful tool to keep you walking on a cloud.
I told him, I want a picture of me walking on clouds somewhere in the book.
Okay.
And they put it in the back,
Okay. This was 2015. So
2015,
this
yes.
was the first one. Okay.
Yes, but that was in Spanish, Spanish first in 2010, and then 2015 in English.
Oh, okay. So the
And
210 book. Really.
Yes,
Okay.
and then this one in 2015.
The general teaching.
Actually, the three, also the one, Las Siete Cs, Quiero Amor, I Want Love, that was also 2015. So I had already spent a whole year living in Vieques at that time. I spent 5 of my years living in Vieques, and the first one was 2014 to 2015. So that's when all the books came out, like.
Okay, tell us of the book processing.
I love writing. The first book was so easy. The 365 Positive Thoughts was so easy.
Really?
Yes. I quit my job as a university professor for very bad reasons. I won't say details, but I left that. And then the boyfriend at the time.
You were mistreated.
The boyfriend at the time said, Sylvia, you've always wanted to write a book on positive thoughts. Why don't you take the time now? Because they said you can take the 7 months off that you were going to give us when you quit. You can take them now. So I took those 7 months and I wrote my first book.
Okay.
And that was an amazing experience. The thoughts the positive thoughts just poured.
You knew you were going to get published, or you just wrote it for your book?
I wrote it for me.
Okay.
And then I thought, I want to publish it. And I must have given away like 13,000.
13,000?
Yes. 13,000 libros regalé.
You
I
gave
gave away
13,000 books
copies.
away?
Yes.
Yeah, of the positive?
Yes. The little one,
inside.
not this one. This one was more expensive to make.
The Spanish one.
The Spanish one was a smaller version.
Okay.
And it
Pensamiento
was,
positivo.
yes, and I self-published it also, but I didn't have a professional, like it's totally different because it was not somebody helping me do the first page, the last page. It was just me.
Yeah, the 2010 one, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was basically just to give it away, okay.
Yeah, I did it myself.
And
But then I
and
got
you
Sumi Deal
professionalize it,
to
yeah.
help me with the colors, with the prints, with how big to make it, and yeah, they helped me with
Yeah,
the
well,
design of the book.
Yeah, there's a lot of formation,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And
The
are
colors,
beautiful,
yeah. The pictures are all mine or by somebody that I asked them to take this picture for me. Some of the pictures are from Israel, some of the pictures are from Vieques, some from different places, yeah. And then the third book was the Gentle Teaching one. When Dr. McGee passed away, I thought I want to do a book for him.
Oh, yeah, well, that's really two of them for you, so yeah, actually four, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, three because I don't count the fourth
Sí,
one
sí.
because it's just a Spanish to English. But
Sí.
and then this one came, and everybody said yes, I want to. Actually, I had to leave some people out that wanted to come in the book because it would have been too long. And it was amazing. Arturo Morales from Sumi Ideal, which is the man that came to give the presentation to Rotary Club of San Juan. He just and his team, they are so great. I love this group of people. They're amazing and they help you in any which way they can. Always remembering and giving you positive feedback, and they make it so easy to write a book. It's amazing, yes.
And so then the last one with the love and
The Quiero Amor, I Want Love, the 7 C's of I Want Love, that took us a little longer because Antonio and I, my cousin and I, we had different views and how we wanted to put everything in the book and what we wanted to add, which C's to choose. And then he had his work, I had my time off. I was living in Vieques and doing coaching to students at the time, university students, which was an amazing experience with kinesis.org. Amazing. And so it took, when you're working with someone, because the Gentle Teaching, even though it was 7 people, they each wrote their chapter and sent it to me.
Right.
And that's it. And then some editing, little editing. But when you're writing a book with someone, like it was with my cousin, we would write, each of us would write something, and then we would put it together, and then we would edit together. And it took us like 3 years
Oh, wow.
to write that book, yes.
Wow.
And now some people ask me, so should I get that book? And I said, well, you can get it, but I think very differently about many of the subjects now that I did then. So
But that was not too long ago.
2015, it's 10 years already.
Oh, 10 years, wow, okay.
2015,
Yeah.
yes.
What would you say is your basic development or evolution in terms of love and you know what you try to get across in that book? What would you say is the most important evolution that's come to?
That's a very good question, Jorge.
You say it's
Deep.
very different, but you
It's a
get,
deep question. I think when I wrote the book, I was having relationships that I needed this man, and now I am wishing for a relationship where we can both come together and grow together. So it's very different from what I thought of relationships in the past.
you know, the
And
way
I
you-
don't think I portrayed that in that book.
Yeah, there was a great. I don't know when I read it, but it was called. It's a new concept. Well, I mean, it's not a new concept. They just put another name to it. LAT. You know, living apart together. Yeah, and basically, it's all these relationships where people are living apart, but they're still together.
Having a relationship.
And so it's getting more and more complicated.
Yeah, I remember watching this video the other day. There's ghosting and there's I don't even know the terminology, but then there's this grandmother explaining. Well, that was called you don't deserve him. That was called let him go. That was called he's a beep, and that was called to stop naming stuff and just
Describe it.
yeah, just
This guy.
Why does everything have to have a name now? It's confusing. I think it's confusing the younger generations, and it's too complicated. Relationships have gotten so complicated for them.
It is. Now Hector is waving that we've run out of time. Uh, I wish I had a nice nugget of truth, at the end of all of this, but I think basically, I think we have to be gentle in life.
Yes.
And you put it in gentle teaching, but we have to be gentle and kind and grateful. And these tools that you put together, that been put together that you then are espousing are really valuable. So I appreciate, Sylvia, that you shared all this with us, and
Of course.
and let's see how we put
Thank
this
you.
to work.
Thank you for having me, and appreciate. Once you appreciate, you have the tools to be more gentle.
Good.
Appreciate more.
Words of
That's the
words of
nugget.
wisdom.
The nugget. Appreciate more.
So take care. Be gentle. Huh? Be
Yes.
gentle. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
My guest has been Sylvia Fernandez, Colorado. This is your host, Jorge González. Take care.